The Journey of Amelia Earhart by Kate, Maya, and Sabrina. In the year of 1897, on July 24th, Amelia Earhart was born in the small town of Atchison, Kansas, to Edwin Earhart and Amelia Otis Earhart. Amelia grew up with her sister Grace and her grandparents until she was 12. From then onward, she traveled with her parents to various places in the world. Growing up, Amelia used her vivid imagination to create scenarios for her and her friends to play with. Amelia specifically had 4 friends in Atchison: Lucy, Catherine, Callis, and Virginia Park.
Amelia had lived a happy life with her family until the year of 1924. Before then, Edwin Earhart started to drink heavily. To keep this fact hidden, the rest of Amelia's family called Edwin's drinking dad sickness. Afterward, the girls were afraid of their father. They would eat dinner quickly and stay away, locking the doors to their rooms. One day he approached children he used to play cowboys and Indians with. The children smelled the whiskey on him. The 2 Earhart sisters escorted their father home, embarrassed, knowing that the sickness they tried to keep secret was out.
One day in 1917, when she was traveling to Toronto to visit her sister, she had seen the dead bodies on the ground from World War I. After seeing this, it sparked an interest in becoming a military nurse. When she saw the Air Force at the military hospital, she visited a local airfield and took a flight for $10. This is when she found an interest in becoming a pilot.
She quit her job as a nurse and started working at a phone company she could save up for her first plane. This costed $2,000, or in today's money, $33,814.67. With this plane, she could set a new altitude record of 14,000 feet in 1922. She ended up having to sell the plane, however, due to her mother divorcing and wanting to get a new house on the East Coast. She sold the plane to a man who took off right in front of her. He ended up immediately crashing the plane and dying right after.
Her second flight was planned to be on June 1st, 1937. She had changed the flight a tiny bit due to weather being better going east to west. Her stops include going from Miami, Florida to Brazil, then go across the Atlantic to Africa. She would then fly across the Red Sea to Arabia. Then she would go from Karachi to Pakistan, then to Calcutta and stop at Burma. Her next stop would be her most dangerous stop on the whole trip, landing on Howard Island, a tiny island only 2.5 miles in length.
When she announced that she wanted to fly around the world, she received a specially modified 2-engine plane from Purdue University. It was given to her on her 39th birthday. She had then planned her flight on March 17, 1937. With a co-pilot named Fred Noonan. Everything went according to plan, so she took off that day. Then she crashed. Her plane failed on takeoff, leading her to having to reschedule her departure. It took $50,000 and 5 weeks to prepare her plane for the next flight. This artist representation demonstrates the incident.
Amelia Earhart was the first person to fly solo from Hawaii to California. 10 other pilots died attempting this flight before Amelia tried. She was also the first woman to fly solo, non-stop, across North America, as well as the first woman to cross the Atlantic in 1928. She became known all across America for her new accomplishments. She was put in advertisements, magazines, and was even given a new plane. Though after her flight from Hawaii to California, she gained a thirst to fly across the world. Because of the Friendship flight, which was her trip across the Atlantic, she met her soon-to-be husband, George Putnam. George was the one who chose to accompany Wilmer Stoltz and Lewis Gordon on their flight. Amelia and George got married on February 7, 1931. George was a big supporter of her wish to fly around the globe.
The last report from Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan was on June 30th in Lae, New Guinea. There was no sign of them after that report. In 1992, parts of what is supposedly her plane were found near Nico Island, located in the area surrounding Howland.
The Roosevelts were close to Amelia. Eleanor Roosevelt and her were the best of friends, so it was difficult for them to hear about her disappearance. Amelia and Eleanor once stuck out of Washington, D.C. to go to a party. Eleanor even got a student permit in flying, but didn't pursue it any further. In 2017, an image had been found. Some historians claim that it may be of Amelia and Fred on a Japanese Navy ship. Some theorize that the Navy had captured Amelia and Fred, while others think that they were saving them. These could be true statements, though it was agreed that the image was too grainy to have a definite answer. President Roosevelt sent out a search team of 1,500 people in 6 ships. This search was the most expensive search, as well as the most thorough. Even with it, Amelia Earhart's whereabouts are still unknown to this day.